three of us. There's three of us. Look closely, you will see. There's three of us. Just three of us. There's him and you and me.
Okay, that's enough.
And every day we all hang out to find out what we talk about. I'm a talking krill-like thing, and I am red and made of strength, and I'm a yellow kid. That's three of us, just three of us, us three.
No more sin. No more sin.
I just love that thing. I just love that theme song. Don't hum me a scare. You're amazing.
We have a pencil with a pencil. We have William, the
Hello, this is
Conqueror.
David 3000, and we're
Nope.
doing another live stream. Or Simon Cowell, you need him.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to episode number 95. As we are 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 episodes away until episode 100.
What's 95 plus 5?
6, 7, 8, 9, 100.
Come on, it's so easy. I could literally just
8,
count
7,
it and just.
8, 9.
Okay, well, 95 plus 5 is 100. I literally just did it without using my hands. It's so damn easy.
Okay. Well, how you doing here tonight, Mr. Ibarra?
I'm doing okay. Well, what the fuck? Prayers for Jeffrey Dahmer? The hell?
Say that to Mike Richards for me. Anyway, how's everything with you?
Well, I'm doing alright. Just had to do a couple of homework. I'm back. The semester has started, and already it's a pretty decent start. It says prayers for him. No, it's Dahmer, not Dahmer.
I'm in the corner right now.
No, look on top. Look at the little picture on top. Not the light.
I know that. That's the more number 2.
That it says Dahmer, as in, the serial killer. As in, we were talking about the baseball player.
Football player. But yeah, this is gonna be a interview here today because, well, back then I got this idea from Ben to interview everyone on the now known as the Dingleberries crew, and since with the Dingleberries coming up, I thought it would be a great idea to interview Mr. Ibarra himself, the main host of the show, the main owner of the show. So, tell everybody about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ibarra, but my full name is Uriel Ibarra. Full name is Uriel Ibarra Castrejon. Yeah, everybody just didn't know that my last name is actually my middle name. I asked my dad what is my middle name, and turns out it's Ibarra. Because in Mexico, it's necessary to have your mother's last name and your father's last name. So there you go. The more you know. Sure, if you want to get canceled. But
that's the fun fact of the day.
But I'm 22 years old, and I'm Mexican, and I am studying computer science. I'm the weird, random, funny guy in the live chat who makes some stupid comments just for attention.
Oh, and fun. And goofiness.
And funny as well, but we can't forget about funny. And well, as David says, I am the host of, back then the Bowling Bosos, which is now going to be, is now going to be getting a new makeover under the name the Dumb Dingleberries. Thanks, Jordan's mom.
Yay! You're gonna give all round of applause.
You're Mexican. Don't tell Jordy that. Oh yeah, you know what's funny about you, Ibarra? About the green card. Ho 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 ho.
The green card.
Well, jeez, Well, geez, I wasn't expecting you. I wasn't expecting you to get roasted.
Hey, the green card. Well, hey, that's a good card for a YouTube channel. Just saying.
What?
Um,
Great. First Jordan, now you. What's interview Elon Musk's child? Wait, does he have a kid?
maybe who knows?
I don't know. He
Maybe
probably must have bought it. I don't know. He probably must have bought it back in. He probably must have bought it in China.
see. But what are, what else do you do for a living?
Well, when I'm not when I'm on a, when I am not on YouTube, as I said before, I study in computer science over at EP El Paso Community College, and I practice doing voice impressions. And under
Voice
that,
impression.
I mostly play games.
And on how me and the bar met, well, basically through Rant and Rave,
Yeah,
which episode number 29, which is the number one Rant and Rave show out there with Mr. Scow and Mr. Nynamer. And that's how me and the bar met, which I never heard of this person before until then. That's how me and the bar met.
yeah, and other things. Well, a couple of things about myself. Well, I'm a swimmer. Well, I don't swim right now because it's the winter. But if it's the summer season, I just go to the community pool and just swim.
Mm-hmm.
Interview with Kermit. This is an interview with Kermit. Watch. Hang on. Let's just pull up. Oh, okay, it's on. Yeah, it's me. I'm Kermit the Frog.
What the frog here? Okay, we're saying.
You're damn right. It's number one. Well, not quite. It was when Brendan was celebrating that. It was when Brendan was celebrating 1,000 subscribers. It was 41, I think. That's the
no, it's episode.
Okay.
It's episode. It's episode 29. That's still the best episode since 2020.
Yeah, that's the one with Romy. The one where I showed up, well, as a guest, was on 41. Yeah, that's the one with Romy.
Whoops, echo.
Oh, feedback.
There we go. Back to you were saying.
So yeah, well, a couple things about myself. Well, I swam. Well, I was a swimmer back in middle school, and I occasionally do some drawings, and I take care of my two dogs. One is 6 years old, and the other one is now 8 years old.
8 years old. That's very nice. How did YouTube start for you? Because I think a lot of people wonder that.
Well, my introduction to YouTube. Well, back when I was a youngling, we used to have this Windows 95 computer. It used to be on. It used to be on my grandparents. It used to be on my grandma's room. Well, before she moved away to her retirement home, and I used to play like tons of games. Like I played like a Caillou one. I played like a Clifford one. I played an I Spy one. I don't know what happened to that computer. Probably my parents just threw it away. I think I remember seeing like the computer mouse on one of the drawers. Lord has two. I'll get to that. But then came 2008. That's when my parents decided to get a new computer, which is the Windows. I think it's either the Windows Vista or the Windows 7. And right at the bat, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I was just marveled at the computer. I never seen like any type of computers like that before.
You had the right childhood back then.
Yeah. And after that, I was just like digging to tons of places. I remember looking at eBay for the first time and then on YouTube. Now, YouTube was a magical place back then. You could literally just post whatever you want just for your interest and just for, well, to have fun. And my first YouTube video, that's the first YouTube video that I watched. That's hard for me to remember. But I'm going to have to say, like, one of the YouTube poops one. I'm thinking, like, one of the Hotel Marios or the Zelda CDI ones. Yeah, back then, before Google bought. Yeah, YouTube used to be awesome before Google came in. But I gotta say, what are those YouTube poops like the Mario and the
Yeah.
Zelda ones? Those I used to watch that all the goddamn time, and nowadays they kind of age like milk, but some of them really do hold up.
And what about your first YouTube video?
My first YouTube video. Okay, now we're getting to the cringe part. I think. Well, there's like this people don't know this cartoon character. Felix the Cat. We watched basically someone does like this stupid like dubbing, like they say stupid shit because well the characters don't talk, so the guy behind the camera does all the talking, just whatever random thing just pops out of the head. It was cringe, but hey, I grew up with that shit. And then for some strange reason, my brother recorded like this video of like one of the Tom and Jerry cartoons, and me and my brother was like, you know what, we should upload that on YouTube. And that's the first video that we did. Actually, no, it was like some Woody Woodpecker one. I think that was my first video. I will say this: Felix the Cat and a pack of tricks have drugs. I will say this about my old YouTube videos: they're fucking just hard to watch. They really are the bane of my goddamn existence. But you know what? Yeah, there they are. You want to be cringed by my just me being a complete dumbass when I was a child? There you go. And I can't believe people are still watching those videos instead of bozos. That is just unbelievable.
Different eras.
Different eras. That was back when I was in elementary school.
But then to the review that Jerome mentioned, if I can find the comment. There you
The
go.
Lord has to review. Okay. It was 2014. That's where I decided to just stop doing YouTube videos because one, YouTube is just not as great as it once was. There was this PewDiePie became the king of YouTube, and everybody wants to be like PewDiePie. I was like, God damn it.
Continue on.
Well, she's passed like 10 years ago, so too late. And yeah, I decided to just stop making YouTube videos maybe because it's just not as fun as it once was. Like it now became corporate. Like the whole Vine shit. I never really got into Vines. Like the whole meme compilations just don't really like get my interest. And of course you got like all the Let's Players. Just some of them are 50-50, but like the big ones like well back then I didn't really care for like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, but then. And as well as PewDiePie, where I was like, ugh, it's just not fun anymore. And I mostly just stick to just being in like comment sections. I mostly just watch videos and that's it. But then came 2015, roughly 8 years ago, where I was in high school, and we just got done. Well, what is called the STAR test, which is basically an end of the course exam. You're basically doing a test about everything you learned in the semester. And then I was in science class. We decided to just unwind ourselves and and we tried to just unwind ourselves and watch a movie. So the movie that we watched was Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I remember the first Paul Blart as basically just a dumb movie. I don't know why I liked it, but at the same time, as a kid, anything that's just stupid jokes kind of gives me a giggle. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching Paul Blart 2, my God, I was in pain. I was so frustrated. Not since the Fourth Ice Age have I seen a movie that actually pissed me off. To the point I was actually okay, the desks are really heavy. I wanted to grab those desks and just throw it out the window. That's how mad I was. Wow! wow, at the time it got like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I was like, I can understand why. Yeah, it turned into a vegetable. And and as soon as I got home, I told my mom, "Do not watch this fucking movie. It is garbage." And after that, I decided to just watch a couple of reviews to just calm my nerves. I mean, I saw like a couple of them, like some channels that don't exist anymore. And then I saw What the Flick. And then Alexis Romis's review.
Tell us about that.
When I first watched that review, I was like, this is pretty much everything what I was going through. Just pain and misery. The jokes that Romy made, brilliant. And ever since I watched that video, I just couldn't get enough of it. And I became a fan of Alex ever since. What is a review where I infamously compared the HMF to something?
I'm not sure how many views that has right now, or how.
It's like I don't know what it is, but I don't know how many. It's like a couple thousand views. I'm not sure, but I remember like looking at it. It has like a lot of views. Thank you. 7.4K.
Pretty impressive.
And after that, after that, I became a fan. And then later on, Alex posted the Pixels review. I watched that when I was in summer school. It's like, it's even better. And then the Hottie and the Nutty, 100 times better. And then there's the Oogie Loves, the what is the other one? They done Good Burger. And I was like, it's the more these guys do the reviews, the more I just really starts to love them. Oh, Miami Connection, that's another one. That was the first time I was in the live chat, and before I didn't know how a live chat worked. Is it like the comment section? Like oh well, the Can Hat, that was on way later. I already became a fan. Yeah, the Miami Connection one, that's the one. That was my first time I was in the live chat. I didn't know how a live chat worked. I thought it was just the comment section. If I post one comment, I'm either get spam or I might get blocked.
Hey, you were a rookie for that.
I was literally a rookie. And that was, well, a couple of members of the network aren't there. Well, mostly because of things I don't want to go over. The Yuki Loves, yeah. I remember that. But I do remember seeing Hunter and Justin Williams there. They're fans, like they're even older fans than me.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I watched this review, the more I just couldn't get enough of them, and the more I just want them. I want more of them. And then after that, I watched Gary's channel. Then I watched Lucas's channel, which again had the same guys like Romy, Gary, Alex, Austin, Shane, and Lucas. And that's where that's pretty much I just became a permanent fan and decided to just not go anywhere. Because usually with channels, I just come and go, mostly because they don't really hook on me anymore, or they just pretty much just ran out of ideas and just sank lower in quality. But everyone in the network, they just get better and better each year and each video they make. And that's the first. And I just stumbled upon Painting Game. I think it was when they were going over the Ghostbusters one. That's the first time. And I'm talking about that shitty 2016 movie. And after that, I became a fan of Painting Game. And it was maybe because of Painting Game that's where I learned how a live chat works.
Yeah, because it's interaction. That's what the live chat is. What it's about is called interaction. And they've been doing this for a while, and Been around following them for 8 years now.
Oh my god, 8 years. Honestly, it doesn't really feel like 8 years. At best, it feels like I don't know. It feels like 8 years, but at the same time, it doesn't. Because
And
of course, there was like a lot of changes in the network. Like the more I like as the years go by, like new shows, some old shows were dropped, new members, rookies comes in, some old members well are well I won't say booted off, but just dismissed. But me, I've been sticking around for the longest.
yeah. Now for the next one. You've been in live chat for the network for many years. How did it felt like being a continuous contributor as if you're away way before podcasting? How does it feel to be that person in the chat ever since you joined the chat?
Repeat that question again. You were cutting.
You've been in live chat for the network for many years, way before podcasting. How does it feel to be that person in live chat as a fan and being a continuation contributor?
When when I really think about it, I never thought. Well, I would get. Well, I never really thought will get I will get this far. I thought it was gonna be like when I watched some those old videos of the overview from Alex and Romy. I thought it was gonna be a phase. I thought it was mostly just gonna be watching them for maybe like a couple of days and then just forget about them. But there's just something different about these guys.
So,
Big PP raid, hey Eric. But to be a
uh,
contributor, it's just I just never thought I will be a fan for now 8 years. Point of advice: never meet your heroes, right, Ibarra?
yep, that's it.
But to be a contributor, it's just I really love these guys. They really do entertain me, and they do their best to entertain everyone. That's what I really love about them. That's why I decided to
Yeah,
stick around with them. Maybe because the actually another fun fact that the reason why I stuck around, and that is each video they make, I get to know them more. For example, I remember Gary did this one live stream, which I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just say he was telling a story, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll
mm,
say this: I was studying at that time, like studying for a test. That video came out the right time because it was during that time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay with them. And the fact that Gary like told that story, it kind of came out at the best possible time. So to be a contributor,
nice.
it just I don't know what else to say, but I just love these guys, and the fact that I'm now well in the network Facebook group, I was like my dream has finally come true. Like I want to have a chance to talk to like Gary and Romy and Alex and Austin and Lucas as well, and
You're
everybody in the
welcome.
network.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
My interview with Jerome. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, that's the interview. That's hands down the best video I've been ever been a part of.
And the most viewed episode of Chilling3000 right now.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's from Moana.
Hi there, Tanner. But
Oh,
because
I thought I thought he was in the chat.
no, because me and him were talking about it the other day.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I seen that.
um, yeah, and Gary won the Channel of the Year last year and more 2021, and for this year, me and the Pumpkin Brothers. How about that? Been crazy. Um, now talk about how was it like, doing your first podcasting experience, like starting with Great and Rave as a guest, then going to your Bozo. So
Well, I think the first time I've ever done like not only a face reveal, just being on camera for the longest for the first time is that. Well, I've been well for the past couple of years. I've been in the chat, and there's this. I was having this thought. one of these days I'm gonna be on camera. I just don't know how. Maybe because I don't like how I sounded, and I didn't like how I look. So I was
Hmm.
mostly camera shy. Well, then another thing why I basically will stick around is maybe because in high school I was really going through really bad depression. I was having suicide thoughts,
Oh man.
and what really will prevented me is that one well, if I die then if I die, then I'm gonna have to think about how everybody would react. Like leaving behind like my family, the teachers that motivated me, and my best friend. And another thing,
I think I know the best friend you're talking
oh
about.
yeah, and another thing is that the folks in the network really do help me cheer me up. They're always there for to make me laugh and actually make me smile.
Hmm.
And yeah, and there's even some times where I was like, maybe I might be on flicks, but then it's the same times I don't know how to contact or Romy, and second, I was mostly camera shy. I don't really want to be on camera. I was mostly just gonna be sticking in the live chat. Well, then came
Hmm.
summer 2020, which I'm not gonna reveal. I'm not gonna say who was this individual, but let's just say
Just
he
say
was.
Dixon Cox.
No, it's not him. But let's just say Ixnay Ani Amadre.
That's better.
Well, that's another person. What's okay? I'm just gonna post it in the private chat. Just
Oh,
don't say the name out loud.
I know you're talking. You, you,
So he
you,
was, yeah,
you, you.
he's basically doing like
Good job, Eric. Woo.
so he was doing like one of those call-in streams. So I was like, you know what, I think it's time for me to to be on camera, and so I did. Well, Oliver, to put it this way, at least you're not Count Victor.
I just hearted that just favorite that comment on my StreamYard. Thank you very much.
Oh, there it is. It was during. It was okay. But the first okay when he was doing that on call-in stream, I was like, you know what? Why the hell not? I might as well just join in. And boom, there I am. And
Was I there?
I think not. I think Jordan was there.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah, so I decided to just pop in, you know, introduce, trying to get used to be present in front of thousands of people. Well, only a couple people in the chat. Comfort to look like if Steve or go fuck that catcher's mitt.
Now
And
talk about
yeah,
Rave.
but yeah, so and I was mostly a bit uncomfortable being on camera at first, but the more I decided to to just pop in those call-in streams, I was like, the more I'm more getting more comfortable being on not only on camera but to present my style of humor in front of the public, because I'm pretty sure many people think I'm like some kind of bot, but I am real. Mostly
Be
like
real.
my sense of humor is based on from my family, since my family are all sarcastic assholes and I'm one of them.
Yep.
Pass gas, yes.
Now talk about Rate and Rave, like your first time on how
First,
to help do the rave.
okay. When Roman was promoting, it was episode
29.
29, and he was really hyping it up because it's gonna be an exposure view. I was like, oh great, he hasn't done that in a long time, and he's signing along with a guy named Jordan, and it's not gonna be on his it's not gonna be on his Facebook or on or on Gary's channel. It's gonna be on it was gonna be on
Brandon's.
yeah, it's gonna be on Brandon's on a show called Rant. I was like, okay, I might as well give it a watch. And I asked him, Jordan, can you send me like the link to Discord? And I was like, okay, here we go. And then he asked me, question, are you that Ibarra's guy? And I was like, yes, I am. And he's like, holy shit, it's nice to meet you, because I'm pretty sure he loves my comments when I was in the flicks. And here I am. I was watching the episode. And I was like, that's pretty good. I think it was pretty good. And then the more I watched it and the more I watched the episodes, I was like, it's fine. I mean, I can kind of see it's trying to act like Pain Again and Flicks, but if only God would tell, if I was on the show, I could probably help out, but that ain't gonna happen. And during those times, I was basically joking, saying, "Can I be in the next episode?" I never thought they would actually take it for granted. And here I was in it was a special episode where Brandon got 1,000 subscribers, and here I
Yep.
am as a guest. And I never thought I would be on that show, but there I was, and let's just say I was happy. And I know they were playing like it was the grade levels, and I did pretty good. I was second place. Maybe because it really is basically the exact same thing as in math class. As I would see Howard. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, William.
Well, yeah.
And after when we done that episode, I was like, oh yeah, that's the first time I was doing my Kermit the Frog voice, and I noticed, looking at it now, I noticed that my Kermit. Thank you. You're a great addition to our Rant and Rave. Thank you very much. So thanks for those kind words. I noticed when I was watching that episode.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Tanner, take a picture of this.
Thank you, Romy. So when I was watching that episode, and I noticed that Kermit is like, well, compared to my Kermit now, like that, my old Kermit voice was really high pitch, and I was like, maybe I could tone, maybe like deepen up the voice a little bit more. Then boom, I see perfected the Kermit voice. Like the more I do it, yeah, it's called practice. That's basically my life. Just practice everything. And I've been sticking around with Rant and Rave, watching the show, and they've grown over time. But then, well, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be your next question, like me as now as the permanent host. And then came 2021, which was a really painful year for everyone. There was a lot of drama going on. Some of it actually affected me. And of course, well, it affected greatly on Eric. And he decided that he's going to be stepping away for a Rant and Rave for a while. Until he feels a little bit better. Jordan was thinking of other people that can fill in for Eric. I think he remembered thinking of asking Romy, but then again he has both us. So then he decided to ask me, maybe because I'll get to my show later. But he asked me if I could be on Rant Rave, just to fill in for Eric. In my mind, I was gonna say no, but at the same time, if I say no, I might never get this opportunity. So I went on a full-on yes, and it was
Distraction.
Yeah. The first time I was as a temporary co-host, I was basically a bit down the dumps me because I was pranked. Let's just say that. And later on, we did this interview. It was, I forgot his name. He was a rapper. He's pretty cool. 2021, 2022 has been tough. Yeah, let's just hope 2023 will be great. Honestly, I'm hoping for the exact same thing. Which aside from all those celebrity deaths and tragic accidents, for me, it's a decent start. I'll give it that. But at the same time, I shouldn't get my hopes too high.
Just focus on yourself. That's all.
Yeah, and I remember, and basically when even as a temporary co-host, I love doing the show. Honestly, I enjoy being on Rant and Rave more than watching it. Since basically it's my style of humor will be the moment I had to step away. So basically, I try my best to differentiate the show to not be a Bofus minus 2.0. I try my best to be to add something new, and and apparently everything did work out. And I noticed more people actually watching the show more than before.
Yep.
And even as in my mind, I was and then the following week where Eric was gonna come back, I was like, if Eric comes back, then and I'm gonna be kicked off. I was like, you know what, I'll feel bad, but at the same time, I don't care because at least I had a fun time doing the show.
Mhm.
I did not expect to actually still get the link, even though Eric was back, and that was the episode. Actually, have a good time. I freaking love that episode, and it was
Yep.
during that moment where Jordan and Brandon were like, you know what? I remember the first episode. He said, if you're a good boy, we might make you as a permanent co-host. Keyword might. And my wish was granted, and I just love doing Rave. And I won't sound egotistical, but I would say maybe people I don't know if people I'll probably say people might call me the favorite, but I love Brandon and Jordan and especially Eric. All of
Eric,
them are great
Eric,
guys.
Eric has been a big help of Rave since 2021.
Oh yeah, he's one of the might. At least you weren't bragging. Well, sometimes I
that.
gotta be. Well, sometimes I gotta be honest with myself.
Mhm. And you weren't asking to come back over and over again.
Hmm?
At least you weren't asking to come back over and over again.
Oh God. Yeah. Speaking of password.
Continue. I had to do that.
But bragging, no, at least. No, I said at least you weren't bragging. Yeah, that's what I said. But then, and honestly, thank you. I bring my own style of personality around, right? Yep, you did. All of us do our best to bring in something different and something unique about the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I think before Jordan didn't necessarily I don't think he had I know he had you, but I don't think like anyone else serve him as probably like a sidekick or a companion, like someone someone the Jordan would relate to. But then I came in and basically basically Jordan was the straight man while I was the funny man. Sometimes the other way around.
Yeah.
Typos, yeah. That's okay. I also have my I also suffer from. I also do typos, so nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, well, there are some, and there were some times where I was afraid that when Rave will end, which honestly, don't ask me. It's all up to Brandon. But if I do end, I'll just say is that or if I lead the show, I'll just say that at least I did. I achieved my goal on not only to be on the show, but actually will make the show actually fun and entertaining. And look where Rant Rave is now. We're all I won't say all over the place, but
Episode
we're now.
200 will be in August.
Oh boy, and I can't wait for that. What's gonna happen? You tell me. I mean, but I will say this: in 2022, there was this near the end of 2022, there was this really really tragic event that it almost cost it on me being on Rant Rave. But you know what? I decided that I worked things out.
Yes.
And hell, some people were afraid that I might. Some people were afraid that I might actually will leave. And honestly, I'm actually glad that some people are okay with me, because I always make jokes that Ibarra ruined Rant Rave. Well, Ibarra is the type of Rant Rave.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually when shows add like a new character, it would just ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess you could say I was the perfect addition to the show. I'm not really much of a wrestling kind of fan, but the show is all about comedy and entertainment, which which fits my it fits the bill for me.
So tell us about how the bosons began.
Okay, I will say this. Rant and Rave actually did help me out on being more open about myself and how to be presentable in a live stream in a live show. But then came Bozos, which before it was called the Bumbly Five, maybe because there were five of us. I was really thinking around on when is going to be the right time for me to do my own show, because I can't just be in the live chat for forever.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until when I was in one of Jordan's streams where I was, and that's Ben was there as well, and I was like, I think I got an idea on how my show would be, and in the top of my mind, I want to include two more people. Well, one, I could say his name, and two, you.
What wasn't it? Wasn't it that like a very long stream Jordan did? I think that was it.
No, I think it was I think it was when Lucas was a guest.
I thought it was one that was a very long stream, but anyway, continue.
And then came Valentine's Day. It's hands down. I freaking love that day. No, that's not true. Yeah, another thing that I mostly stick around in the network is that all the old running gags that I still laugh as of today.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, every time when Romy or when Gary or when Alex do their old jokes, I just get nostalgic. Maybe because back then I didn't know the jokes because I was a rookie. Now that I've gone to know everybody, that's where I get nostalgic, and I also just die of laughter for how stupid and silly it is.
Mm-hmm.
But on Valentine's Day, usually I hate Valentine's Day. I mostly just get sad and depressed. And all of a sudden, well, for starters, it was snowing outside. Well, I know some people hate snow, but for me, it rarely snows, and I love the snow. Jordan, well, because there was this another person relating to drama. Again, I won't say his name. Let's just say Jordan wants to do like some kind of exposure about him, and I decided to, you know what, might as well just call him, because back then I usually do like video calls with Jordan. And Jordan asked me if he's okay if he do like this exposure, and I was like, sure. And Jordan asked me who else should I ask. That's where I was like, okay, include these three people, you, Ben, and of course, well, that's a person.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the rest was history. We all had fun. We all get to know each other. We were all chatting.
Yep.
And
I was really surprised that you added me, to be honest.
Yeah, because that's exactly how I wanted. And then I asked this question: Are you guys okay if you guys participated in a show with me? And all you guys says yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were thinking around a couple of names for the show, but the one name. Hey Ben.
Hey.
Sack. So I only had one title in mind, and that is the Bumbly 5 variety program. And you guys loved it. And we were thinking of a release date. And I remember Jordan was actually promoting the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that is until on St. Patrick's Day we went to test out how the show would work. And turns out it was it was a hit. We got ourselves a hit.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's been successful ever since. And the new show, the Dingleberries, tell us about that.
Okay, this is gonna be a topic I'd call this chapter on my saga, the rise and fall bozos, maybe because I think it's maybe because things really didn't work out. There was a couple things that happened. Well, there's some moments where we had to delay the show for so many
There's
times because I had to
yeah,
deal with some couple things behind the scenes, and then I had to focus on
college.
my college, and then my life. I wasn't there. Sometimes where I feel sick. Sometimes one of the co-hosts couldn't make it on time, and
Hmm.
as well, I think the long wait from the pilot to the first episode, I think also really benefit, like why we didn't get
Maybe.
that much views. And another thing, we were just lacking.
Hmm.
It was nothing revolutionary.
Yeah.
And that's my big regret on that show, is that we didn't do nothing to make it stand out. It's basically just a bland, boring podcast.
Now, as for Jeremy, tell us about like how did he get into the picture?
Okay, with Jeremy, well, this has a kind of funny story, but just like my old YouTube videos, that back when I was on Instagram, it's just freaking cringe to watch. I did a lot of stupid things, but yet at the same time, I was a teenager.
Mm.
So out of well, I won't say accident. I was just see a cougar's cousin. Even Jeremy himself said that he looked like Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm.
So basically, basically on, I think it was on the search button of Instagram. I was just looking at random things, saying,
Anyway, this episode is brought to you by number one.
me. But yeah, I stumbled upon one of Pizza Hut. I stumbled upon one of Jeremy's posts, and I was like, oh, cool. He seems really nice. And then I was basically doing a reaction on, I think it was either I think it's either the Aladdin one or the Mulan one, where I was like, in my mind, I was like, a remake of those two movies? I was like, no. And then all of a sudden, Jeremy asked me, wait, are they really going to do remakes of those? And I was like, yes. And I was like, well, shit. And that's where we got to know each other. That's when I learned that he's actually an uprising voice actor. He's a cosplayer. He does movie reviews. He does TV show reviews. He's a big anime fan. And we had a couple things in common. We both love movies. Well, we both love movies, and well, I'm not really that much big in anime compared to now. And we also and even if we don't have the same interests, we just still talk. And we've been talking for God, for how much? I don't know how many years, but it's long. But it's been a long time. The first time I met it, it was back when I was going to graduate high school. And that's when, and ever since Jordan decided to drop out, maybe because he was dealing through a lot of personal issues, I can't delay the show because many people were anticipating for the premiere. That's when I asked a couple of people, like I asked Jared Ross, and then I asked Lauren if they were in, and they both said no. And then I asked Jeremy to see if he's okay, and he's like, sure, I guess. I sent the link, and then boom, there he was.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
And also now the host of the Popcorn Panel. Now tell us any updates about the dingleberries. Like, when is it going to be coming? What is the current status?
I know. Maybe because many people are asking, where's the damn show? You're slacking. Well, I don't want to make the same mistake as Bozos. I wanted it actually to be perfect. So expect the premiere to happen by the end of January, because I did say it's coming on January.
Okay.
Because we're still thinking of other ideas on how we can make it stand out.
Now, as for the Popcorn Panel, so yeah, stay tuned for the dingleberries coming up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's pretty much the only show I'll be co-hosting, but it's gonna be a blast, and I think everybody in the chat here is gonna look forward to it, and it's gonna be coming up by the end of this month. Now, as for the popcorn panel, you'll be part of that. Now, let me explain briefly how that started. I was basically on the film forum chat, and seeing guys like Tanner and Victor talk about movies and such. You know, and I was like, you guys need to start your own podcast about movies because that's your passion. Doing podcasts of what you're passionate of can really help you out. As for doing something that you love and just do something that you have a great passion of and what you do best. So I gave this suggestion, and Victor, you know, was actually thinking about doing one for a while, and that's where I created the chat for us to talk about it. And I thought, let me add a bar in because he, hosted. He'll be a really big help
You're
with his
cutting.
experience. And
Yeah, you were
hello,
cutting a bit. Yeah, yeah, I
oh,
still hear it, but you were cutting a bit.
so basically with the popcorn panel, I was on the phone for him, you know, saying you guys need to so make a podcast about movies. I asked them, if I want to help them, and they said sure. And that's how it started, and of how Barra came up part of it. I thought he'll be a big
All
help
right.
because I thought Barra would be a big help because with his podcasting experience in the past, and that is how I decided to add him in.
Yeah, I used to be like somewhat of a critic back when I had my old Instagram account. So I was like, you know what? I've been really rusty on being a movie critic. So maybe this new show might actually will boost up my critiquing skills.
And originally Tanner and I think Hunter was going to be part of it, but they decided to wait, give them some time, and that's fine. Hope maybe one day,
I will
but
say this that I had the exact same experience. Being fine and just being in the chat and being on camera. Which I will say this, and this is going for all the ones who are trying to be on camera. It's okay. It's fun. It's okay that you feel timid. You know, your dreams doesn't have to be well. Your dreams doesn't. Some dreams doesn't always happen in an instant. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of practice. Just find the time. Just develop on yourself.
mm-hmm,
Find the right time on when you're ready. Find the time when you're ready to be on camera, and when you do, just take it just take it one day at a time. Because another reason why I'm feel more open to be on camera is me because well my theater class and also my social skills class really helped me out to be well, to be more openly to people.
absolutely. Um, and you know that's okay. And maybe one day Tanner and Hunter could be on maybe, but we'll see.
I
But
must I've lost count many people at that in my approach. Sadly, I'm one of them.
yeah, but yeah, the popcorn panel has been great. I've been very happy with the success it's had. Now doing it live, thanks to some suggestions. And I thought doing it as a premiere because I thought it would be a little bit easier, just to change it a little bit, be different. But however, when live came into play, it's been successful so far, and to grow so much for the suggestions. Um, Now as for the shows, what has been the best experience of doing your own show ever since 2021?
Best experience. Well, just basically just it's basically what Bozos is. I basically just want my time to be on camera, but it also is an experience. Basically it's a learning experience because after that I was in a Rant Rave, and also Rant Rave helped me out on being more on how to get used to being on camera and to actually be myself. And also because of Rant Rave, I became a fan of Dragon Ball thanks to Jordan. Never thought I'll be a fan of Dragon Ball, but here I am.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, if I have to say the best experience, honestly, I just wanted to have fun.
That's
Basically,
what the dingleberries is going to be all about coming up.
Basically, I just want to have fun and to see. I just basically want to have fun and just hang out with my friends. Even and a word of advice for those who are actually afraid of doing live streams: just pretend that nobody's watching. You're just simply hanging out with your friends, and that's it.
And that's what basically how the idea of also for the dingleberries came into play. Along with new additions like Eric's going to be part of it, Jordan, Brendan. It's a little circle that you guys are going to enjoy. And you guys are going to like it.
Oh, definitely.
And what are you most excited about for the new show?
Just what am I excited? Well, the fact that I'm gonna get another chance, and well, just doing to be more. Well, I don't know. I can't really find the words to describe how excited I am. Just get ready. Well, get ready for something new and a lot of stupid shit coming soon. Just I'm excited to see what all of you guys have to offer.
Is there going to be any changes other than the host?
Definitely.
Want to explain?
Basically, well, we are going to be coming over like topics, but just not like 3 or 5. Just whatever you guys have in store is open. And I've been thinking about like, we'll probably do like maybe games we could play and like segments.
Well, I gave you the idea about doing Nintendo games.
Oh yeah.
Because me and Bar, have the Nintendo Switch, and I wish Gary had one, but that's just me. But
you don't tell him what to do.
Oh, maybe I'll go to New York and bring him then. But yeah, I'm just kidding. But how did you became a film fanatic?
Yeah, I'll tell Gary what to do. Fuck him. So what was that?
How did you become a film fanatic?
Well, my aunt, well, she sadly passed. Like again, well, much like my grandma, she passed 10 years ago. She was a big movie fan. She would own like films from, I think it was from the Betamax all the way to Blu-rays. It's unfortunate that she didn't get to see 4K. And she would recommend my mom what movie she would recommend my mom what movie she should see. And then it was one Christmas, I was like 1 year old. She gave a VHS copy of Shrek, but it's in Spanish. And she says, "Oh, here, this is for your kids. They're gonna love it." And my mom says, "What is this?" I say, "Oh, Shrek. What is that?" Oh, it's a parody of Disney movies. And we popped the movie up, and we were just amazed by everything. We just couldn't get enough of it. And even before that, my parents were all like big movie fans. Whatever movie is out in theaters and they want to see it, they would go check it out. With that, of course, passed it out to me and my brother. My brother is even more of a movie fan. He's more to the old school movies, while I'm more into the more modern ones.
Now, what is your favorite of all time and worst of all time for movies?
Best movie of all time, I'll have to say
your favorite and worst.
Best movie of all time, I'll have to say Wreck-It Ralph. I was kind of doubtful on whatever. I was kind of doubtful because I had my gripes with Disney, but after seeing the movie, I was like, this holy shit, Disney was actually doing Disney actually pulled up something something that's familiar but also new at the same time. And for the worst, Paul Blart 2.
What was that?
Paul Blart 2, that's the worst movie I've seen.
Oh.
I already said my thoughts. This movie is hands down just a goddamn misery to watch. Not funny, completely stupid. Best favorites aren't the same thing. Alex, be quiet. That's another running joke.
What are your thoughts about the upcoming Mario movie?
Well, gotta wear this. North, that I said is one of the worst. The worst is Paul Blart 2. But the new Mario movie, it's good. It's a wait and see. So far, I am loving the animation style and as well as the references from the games and how the characters look. And then you got Chris Pratt as Mario again. I'm gonna have to get used to it. I'm gonna have to get used to that performance. But other than that, the voices from all the other characters, perfect. It is still amazing after 10 years.
Now, talk about your favorite moments from all of the three, like, typical favorite moments from Rant and Rave to Pop Panel and the Bozos.
Of favorite moments from these three shows, I'll have to say for Rant and Rave, I'll have to say just when I do the voice impressions. Like when I do the Kermit voice, I just on Rant and Rave, which he became a mascot. 29. But basically, just all the times when me and Jordan were just chatting, those are my favorite moments on Rant and Rave. As for Popcorn Panel, well, I have to say my favorite running gag of all time, just the ear rape. Because before before I mostly got inspired, I was mostly quote unquote inspired from Gary and Romy and Alex and Lucas when they do their own when they try to be funny. That's another thing. You gotta learn how to be yourself. You can take inspiration, but sometimes you just gotta develop your own style and your own personality. That's for Bozos.
Barney.
Barney. That's Ben's favorite. I have to say my favorite. Just basically what we do. Basically, when the stupidest shit happens when basically the randomest shit happens. Like a random joke that we would do, or like internet issues, or and especially actually the spelling bees. I can never get enough of the spelling bees.
Oh my god. Outside of podcasting, what is your favorite videos to be part of?
Outside of my favorite videos that I've ever been a part of, well, the Romy interview. Our podcast. Well, favorite videos that isn't live. Yeah, I'll have to say spell red.
Yeah, the Romy interview. That's your favorite.
That is hands down my favorite. Both Romy and Gary, they were big role models, and Alex as well, Lucas as well, Austin, everybody, like the main ones of the.
Well, Austin wasn't on there.
Yeah, but the main group of the Dragoon Union has been a big inspiration of me, and had the opportunity to actually talk to both Romy and Gary and Alex at the same time. Just that's one thing off my bucket list, and I just felt so happy. What a time to be alive. These guys were big. These guys were my them and my theater teacher were are the biggest mentors of my life, and my dad and my mom and my dad as well. Is Jordy's most watched interview and David's most watched interview. What I gotta say, I guess that makes me a motherfucker. Well, honesty is the best. Honesty is the best policy. And shit, that rhymed.
Good. I don't care. Anyway, do you like spam?
Okay, let me just explain the origins of that joke. I think it was either the first episode or the pilot episode. I said, "Can we?" I told folks in the chat that don't spam anything. Tyler got the wrong idea, and he thinks of the meat spam, and that became an old running joke. To the point where, in a special episode, I decided to eat a spam burrito, and I remember I wasn't really gross. I wasn't grossed out. I was mostly like the taste is different. Like I noticed the meat is a little bit salty than like ham.
Mm.
You don't care, David. Be quiet, you marshmallow looking midget.
Now, what about Barney? You like Barney?
I did. Well, back when Barney used to be on TV, me and my brother, we would just have a fun time just heckling on the show. We were like the two old guys from the Muppets.
Well, speaking of back then, what did you like doing growing up?
Mostly just like playing with my toys and just chatting with my brother and watching TV. I mostly watch more PBS than like Disney Channel or Nick or Cartoon Network.
Hmm. Do you have any fun favorite comedians?
Favorite comedians? Statler and Waldorf. Favorite comedians, I have to say, Jim Carrey. He's also one of my biggest inspirations.
Not Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey.
What about if you had to pick three?
Three comedians. Okay, there's Jim Carrey, there's Rodney Dangerfield, and I'm trying to think of a good comedian that I look up to.
Gary? I'm just kidding.
Well, if you put it that way.
You grew up as Miss Ned's question, a film critic, voice impersonist, and a big Muppet fan. Now we already know about film critic, but how did you became a voice impersonist and a big Muppet fan?
Okay, when I was young, I had the tendency to mimic people. Well, maybe because I was an immature brat. I was, Gary, I'm funnier than that little gerbil scrotum. All right, fine. It's a tie between Romy and Gary. That better.
Yes.
So yeah, when I was young, I had the tendency to mimic people, maybe because I was a real little brat. But once I hit puberty, I had this weird superpower that is, I can literally just change my voice. That's better. And because I have Asperger's, it really depends on how I'm feeling. My voice changes like constantly.
Mm.
So the first voice impression. So basically, the first voice impression was Shrek, maybe because I loved that movie when I was young. But the first ever voice impression that actually made me want to get a career on that was the Grinch. And it's because of that. That's why I'm good at rhyming. I later had to watch the movie over and over again just to get the voice right. Because a couple things about voice impressions. You gotta find a character that you can relate to. You gotta be the character. You gotta act like the character. You need to think and how the character feels. You need to understand how the character thinks and feels.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could do the voice, which you need to find your own path on how you can actually perfect that voice.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, what about for a Big Muppet fan?
Okay, when I was young, well, I was mostly more into Sesame Street than Muppets, maybe because there weren't that much Muppet properties when I was young. It was mostly just Sesame Street.
Gary loves that too.
Mm. Oh, everybody loves Sesame Street. And then
Yeah,
I remember watching Muppets from Space. It was like back then, it was like free on YouTube, but in parts. And I was like, I thought the movie was just eh. I thought it was just a random film, but I wasn't mad. I mean, okay, I was a little bit disappointed by the ending, but I thought it was just okay movie. But then I saw the 2011 Muppets. So I was like, that is a good movie, and I became a fan ever since.
very nice.
Actually,
Um,
fun fact. Back then, I used to be kind of. How can anyone not like Sesame Street? Exactly, the classic stuff. Yes.
I agree.
Funny thing is, I used to be afraid of Kermit maybe because of the eyes. But once I saw the movies I was like, I was a big dumbass to actually be afraid of Kermit because I never thought I'd be related to that freaking frog.
um, have you ever started any collections?
Well, I do have a Lego collection. I still own a couple of the Lego sets that I had when I was a kid. Almost an ass face, exactly. Fuck that movie.
Elmo, Lucas? Okay.
He really is. He really is Elmo when you think about it.
uh, any other collections?
Well, I mean, I had most of the toys that I had when I was aside from Legos. I had most of the toys that I had when I was a kid. I think those are, I think those are, I think those are really valuable collectibles. Maybe because I have memories with them, and as well, I guess you could count as a collection, like a couple of the games I have.
I hope to add some more retro to my room, but let's see what happens. Let me already start off the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original. Um, let me see. Ever thought one day being a famous actor in animations? If so, what would be your right steps to get that accomplishment?
Oof, that's a good question. Well, yeah, I do thinking. Well, as of right now, my plan is this. I want to be like kind of like I want to master I want to master engineering so I can ever since I was a kid I was just marveled by computers. I want to actually repair computers, and I'm gonna use that money to, well, try to do auditions, and maybe I might do some animations on my own.
Well, that would be a little bit difficult to start off making animations on your own, but I think you can ask Jeremy for that.
Oh yeah, but you can do, well, YouTube. People do
Hmm.
animation stuffs on YouTube all the time. Some have like millions of subscribers because of it, and get like probably billions of views because of it. And I was like, if they can do it, so can I. Never say never.
Hmm.
And of course I do. And of course I'm gonna do like voice acting stuff.
Well, if you want to get a good tour, just go on eBay and see what you can do. CRTV. That brings back good
Ah,
memories.
the oldie but goodies.
I actually used to own well, I still have it. I own a Mickey Mouse TV. That's like old
Oh,
school.
oh,
I don't know if I still have it. It has this red with the black ears. Um, you're also, like you said, a big Mario. Nintendo fan. How did you get into Nintendo games?
Well, I remember as a kid, like I don't know, as a kid I didn't never got the appeal of like video games, like playing games at your house. Again, I was illogical when I was a kid. If you met me when I was young, you would hate my guts, and some people do hate my guts. But ever since I watched Wreck It Ralph, I was like, you know what? Now, ever ever since I watched Wreck It Ralph, I was like, you know what? I'm actually more interested in playing video games. And with Nintendo, I mean, I guess I've seen like all the walkthroughs that many people do, like on the old, whether it be on the old or new Nintendo games. So I was like, you know what? One of these days, I might get a Nintendo just to see, just to see if it's as, just to see what's all the fuss is about. And I got a Switch, and I was like, you know what? I'm loving it. And the best part is, I can literally just play it wherever I go.
When did you get it?
It was on Christmas 2021.
Well, having a Nintendo Switch is great.
Yeah.
Expect gameplay videos from us.
I know many people are excited for me to play Mario Party.
Which, me and Bara actually have been playing the Nintendo Switch for a while now. This is the new year.
Oh yeah, and I just recently got the it's the best on Nintendo console. Yeah. Oh, I thought you said the best console of all time because I was like, well, PlayStation fans are gonna be ruffling their feathers for that.
Hopefully, one day Eric can join the ride with us to play. Just that, only when the time is right. Um, maybe, maybe for the next stream, I could do another Mario Kart stream, and I'll have you and Eric be part of it.
Oh,
Maybe that might make the plan for episode 96. Um, tell us your swimming experience.
as a kid, well, I love water. Like I know some kids they're afraid of like water, they're afraid of swimming. But me, I was like,
Afraid of water. Oh my god.
for me, I always drink water. I rarely like drink sodas. Like if it's soda, I'll just drink Sprite and that's it. But ever since like when I was young, my mom will always take my mom and my brother and me. They She will always take me to like one of those swimming pools, and I just love playing in the water. I always have a great time. And once I see like those giant pools, I was like, man, I wish I could do just swim in those. And so I did. I took swimming classes, and right now I won't say I'm a professional, but let's just say I'm pretty good at swimming. Like I love swimming. It really helps me with my nerves.
You won some awards, you told me.
Yep, and so it's right over there. There's my medal, which actually I wore that medal it when it was the Olympics.
Mm. It's actually warm enough to swim in Texas, right? Outside.
Well, because I live in El Paso, the weather really changes all the time. The weather here is bipolar. One day it could be raining. The next day it's hot outside. The next day it's freaking windy.
Right. I guess indoors is the best.
Yeah, I think indoors is the best. But I know my neighbor. She has a pool outside, and I just dive in. If it's a beautiful day, I'll go to a swimming. I'll go to a swimming pool outside.
Yeah. Um, if you can meet any celebrity in the present day, who would it be and why?
Well, I can't say Roman Gary anymore since that's done. But
Eh,
I will love to meet Jim Carrey.
yeah.
He really is a hero of me.
Where would you like to travel the most?
where do I want to travel? Well, I I've always wanted I always want to travel to Tokyo. I thought Tokyo was one of the coolest places on Earth. And the funniest thing is, even though my first name is more common in Mexico more than America, but my last name, you won't believe well, one specific country, my last name is more well known. Japan.
Uh,
Because there is a place called Ibaraki.
well, don't go to Japan first. You're there. We'll see.
I've always wanted to go to Japan. Yeah, me too. And I think there is a place called Ibarra over at I think it's somewhere in South America. I think it's Ecuador.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was a beautiful place in Japan called Ibaraki, which it's cool and kind of funny.
Hey, fire truck, get the heck out of here.
Welcome to my world.
Uh, yeah, well, wow. William actually got the PS5.
All right, way to go. Wait, I don't see. Sorry, I don't
It's
see
on
it
the
in the
network.
chat. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. Well, at the same time, Sony is now releasing more consoles. Actually, they're now releasing more of the PS5s, which is about freaking time. We've been waiting for 3 years.
Maybe one day I'll get one once maybe I get a job or something because that thing is expensive.
It's well, if
Ah,
we're talking about
Wesley Snow. Hey, Wesley Snowman, thank you very much.
hi well, if we're talking about online, yes, it is freaking expensive. It's about as expensive as a car. But if you go to stores, it's only like $499, which is not that much of a big deal. I mean, that's how the Series X cost.
Deal or no deal? I would say deal.
Well, well, it all depends on your bank account. Don't switch your bank account, man.
True. Any music bands or concerts you've been in person?
No, but
I
no,
said I said I scared this question. I'll tell them another day. Anyway, continue.
no. But in terms of like favorite artists or musicians, gotta go with the old school ones like Doobie Brothers, Sting, Phil Collins,
Hmm.
and what are there? The Bee Gees.
Interesting.
Oh, and Peter Gabriel
Uh,
as well. Can't go wrong with him.
what is the best thing you got going in your life right now?
Honestly, just where I am now, I am really happy. I'm much more happier than I was a decade ago. Where at a decade ago, I was mostly alone. I didn't necessarily have that much friends. But where I am now, I'm really happy. I'm on my road to I'm on my road to achieve my dream, and I have like tons of friends.
I think the network can really help you with that.
Definitely.
Um, what was the most? Uh, hopefully I can say this word right about putting in a private chat just in case.
Courageous.
Courageous thing you ever done?
Courageous. The most courageous thing I've ever done. Just achieving something that not much many people with disabilities have done. Graduated high school, being in college, actually being presentable in front of thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
I'm always I'm all for to taking the next step and achieving something that not much many people have done, and it's one of the reasons why many people why in my old social skills class in high school, many people actually look up to me, maybe because I'm a really brave guy.
And then people watch you right now, so there you go.
Yeah, see, I'm completely used to it. I just pretend that nobody's just watching me, and then I'm fine, because I know some people are afraid to do these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Uh, how was your how is your college experience like so far? And what are your plans after college?
It's ups and downs. The ups is that I'm learning a hell of a lot more things that I never that I never knew before. Like right now, I'm doing calculus, which it's
Mm,
so far it is a little extreme, but I'll probably get used to it. I'll just go to tutoring. The downs is that because of COVID, I've been really just my motivation have just sank low, and I've been really flunking on everything. That is until
yeah,
last year where we can all go back to where now people can go back to
doing our
do like
things.
like face to regular things like face to face classes. And it was last semester where I was like, you know what, I'm done with flunking everything. I want to change now. I'm a grown ass fucking man. I should be more responsible of everything. And that's what I did. A lot of sacrifices have been done. Have I've made. I kind of oh, I've regret. I'm gonna regret that to say this. I kind of ghost all of you guys and a couple of my other friends, and I really am
Mhm.
sorry, mate, because I don't know how to I don't know how to manage or even balance social media life and real life. Well, personal life.
Yeah, and man, virtual school, I hated that. I
It's not really my thing.
Mr. Lewis is here. Welcome.
You're not really late. You're still welcome to the party.
Um, I believe he's watching some games, so it's like divided. Um,
Ah,
so uh, yeah, I hated virtual school because very annoying difficulties, just with the internet, etc. Not focusing that well. I mean, I just hated it, and yes, it could be inside, but still, I just hated it, and I didn't like it.
oh wow, you hate it, and you don't like it. I see what you did there.
um, are you ever gonna join Be Real?
Be real.
It's like Instagram, but you only post one thing every 24 hours. One picture of what you're up to.
Jeez, that sounds a lot. Oh my god, like posting 365 pictures literally just 365 pictures on Instagram. My god, that's a hassle for me. I've
Hey,
got to I mean, I like
oh,
to enjoy my personal life. Just I like to enjoy I mean, ever since I was focusing on college, I've been admiring more on my own life than being on YouTube.
basically, I works to get a notification. Oh, tell me to take a picture. Just take it away.
Oh jeez, that sounds a little too extreme. That's almost as painful as doing a video every
Hey,
the
at
entire
least it's not
year.
Tik. At least it's not TikTok. It's way better than that.
Yeah, well, fuck TikTok. I mean, chicken on NyQuil. Sure, you want to die?
Um, what is the most exciting thing that has happened in your life in the past decade?
Just the fact that just appreciating life in general. Because
Hmm.
back when I was a kid, I was a troublemaker. Like to the point I did a lot of stunts that nearly killed me.
Hmm.
But
Well, I guess.
hmm?
Oh.
uh,
um. Yeah. I guess the moment interview will have to be it for you.
Yeah, definitely. That is hands down one of the proudest moments of my life, and just basically just having a change of heart. Because back when I was a kid, I was, like I said before, I was a troublemaker and nobody wants to be friends with me. But as I grew older, I became more mature and made people are actually cool with me. Like if someone wants
Mhm.
to have a chat with me, I'll gladly chat with them for a while.
Yeah. Um, what is that dream job that you have yet to accomplish? Like, what is your goal in life that would be like, okay,
Goal in life, just my my toughest the
the
question
dream
was the
job,
toughest job.
the dream job?
Dream job. My dream job. Well,
Exactly.
even though I'm gonna be happy doing restoring and repairing computer systems and like gaming consoles, I ain't gonna give up my dream of, well, to do voices and or to do like cartoons. Because
Mm,
I've been thinking that should be my daytime job. Like if I'm bored or I get a couple of days off, I should just do that.
just do your research. Um, any favorite childhood memories?
Childhood memories. Well, basically when I draw a lot as a kid, or when I play with my toys, and when I'm watching like PBS.
Mm,
Because as a youngling, I was a really talented artist, to the point where I was placed. I think it was, yeah, I was placed second place at an art contest. I was competing with middle schoolers.
that's very nice. Um, what is the greatest struggle that you've overcome?
Basically to be more, basically to step out of my comfort zone, to not be shy all the time, not to be timid, not to be afraid of everything. Just stand up for yourself, and stand up for yourself, be brave, and just achieve whatever you think you're doubtful of.
I agree with that. Um, and um what what are you most proud of as a content personality?
Well, my proudest, well, basically just to see all these new guys in the, basically just to see when I did my own show, just to see all the new guys in the chat.
Tanner?
Tanner, because pretty much I used to be just like that. And there was a time where I used to be just like that, just posting random things in the comment section, and wondering when my time is gonna be ready.
Well, most likely going to be like what I used to be doing co-hosting multiple shows. Um, okay,
Okay. Oh,
well,
all right. Take care of yourself.
which the public appearing co-hosting the dingleberries, and now in Rate Wave as well. You're basically doing my job.
Yeah,
Um, for
because
those who want to
essentially,
be,
because with Tanner, I essentially became a mentor figure.
hmm, um, and you two are twins. That's not good.
Again, he's literally my pupil.
Mm-hmm. Um, for those who want to be themselves on the internet and life, how they can be better, and do they can be how do they be a great real comedian?
Um, for starters, get to know yourself. Like, just remember everything that happens in your past. Learn more about your family. Just get to know. If you want to be yourself, you need to get to know about yourself, who you really are. Who are you? What are you? That's when
Mm-hmm.
you can develop your own style of humor. Because if you're it, depending on the type of like style of comedy, it's really all based on your past experience in life.
Yeah, and just bring yourself. and just have fun.
Because if you're
Most
trying
things
to act,
just have fun.
hmm because if you're trying to act like someone else, clearly you're not going to get attention. You're just going to be ignored.
Yeah.
And it really does, and it takes a long time for that, years even.
Mm-hmm.
So just take some time to get to know about everything, about yourself, about your family, about your past experiences. Then you can develop your own personality. Because like I said before,
Yeah.
my style of humor is based on my family. They're all sarcastic individuals.
Mm-hmm. Um. Now, down to the last two questions here. But first, do you think the Chris Rock and Will Smith slap was fake or real?
Jeez, that is something I don't know. I don't know about that, mate, because I didn't watch that. I mean, I know what happened. I just didn't watch. I didn't watch that bit, even after a year, maybe because who the hell cares about the Oscars?
Pretty much.
I mean, look at the Golden Globes, 6 million, 6.3 million, and with Kimmel
Much
coming back, and with Kimmel coming back as
Campbell.
the host, they're gonna drop even. They're gonna drop even more.
It's gonna be only his fans. But just watch my awards. So,
Thank you.
um, what do you want to be known for?
What do I want to be known for? Just I want to be known as Soap, a guy who does the impossible. Because even if I want to break out like the break up those stereotypes of like all people who have autism or Asperger's are all fucking retards. They're all stupid. I want to prove them wrong. For starters, I'm used to doing like live streams like this. And another thing, I'm learning fucking calculus. I want to be like an engineer. And plus,
Mm-hmm.
it from what my mom has told me, because I have this really big passion on like computers and shit. I mean, I am immediately gonna get hired like that fast. So I won't have to be worried about like unemployment.
Well, not a lot of people have great experience with computers, and you're welcome. As for having being an expert,
The what?
for being an expert on computers, like you're one of them.
Well, honestly, well, my folks think it's a big deal. For me, it's just, I mean, I just gotta give it the time. I mean, computers are
Yeah,
now the biggest things on. It's not the biggest thing in society, and it's gonna grow even more by the next decade, the decade after that.
I can agree with that.
Hell, even if I'm
Um,
gonna become like a colossal fossil, computers is gonna grow even bigger.
hey, look at the virtual reality. Look how that's going to change in the next
Oh
decade.
my god, it is, and AI and shit.
Hey, make sure to get one. Better question.
I'll probably get well. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not sure if it's gonna be hooked up on my Xbox, but who knows? It could
I don't know,
happen.
but
Probably next Christmas or birthday. I don't know.
we can just use it. You can just use your headset with the controllers. That's all you need. The internet.
Oh,
It is pretty amazing of how technology has changed, even since the past decade.
oh yeah, it changed. It changed a lot since I was a youngling.
I remember when what is it? Only when I still remember the old flip phones back then, like only
Flip
10 years.
phones. I thought those were the future of technology. Those flip phones.
That was only like 10 years. That was only like 10 years ago.
Like like when I was young in elementary, if you own a cell phone, any kind of cell phone, you're super cool.
I guess the elementary.
Yeah,
Well,
elementary. Either elementary or
Yes.
middle school. If you own a cell phone, you're cool. You're gonna get all the attention. You're super rich.
well, just make sure you don't let it distract you. I only
Yeah.
I only branch just because, well, not just in case if I'm going on break, like in between classes. It's just basically like on the way home, I'll just listen to some music or podcast just from not to be bored. Um,
I mean,
because that's what I used to do.
I mostly just use it to listen music or to just watch videos to entertain me.
Yeah, Spotify.
Spotify, no, I mostly just use YouTube. The ads
YouTube
the
music.
ads gives it away, but hey,
Yeah.
it's the next best thing. I might get Spotify. I mean,
I recommend Spotify.
well, I just got my financial aid. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be getting it for probably March, and I'm gonna probably maybe split my
free.
money. Yeah, I'll probably if it includes ads, but if you want like the premiums, then
Oh, yeah.
however, I do remember it has like a student discount for like $6.
Oh, for college.
Yeah, and same goes to the YouTube Premium. It has like a $7 discount for like students. Same with
Oh.
same with Prime. I've been thinking of doing that.
Music for me, I just listen to my radio station.
Mm-hmm. Like once I get like more money on my bank account, I'll probably even it out. I'll probably split half of the money on my bank, and then I'll use the other half and just put it on my card.
Yeah. But that is going to be it for this episode of Chilling3000. That's episode number 95. I want to thank everybody for watching. And you have any final words?
Hi, internet! Yay! Hi, sons! And I will hunt you down and cut you like a fish. See ya!
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chilling3000 Network for great more content like this one.